every student at the march in that auditorium.
And who was there?
When I was there at Cookman community meeting, and then a lot of white people from across the river, they would come up to the campus, and they come in that auditorium and sit.
Because they wanted to listen to Dr. Bethune.
Miss Bethune, when she come to town.
Yep.
What about Jackie?
They flocked to that campus to see Miss Bethune.
What about Jackie?
Huh?
What about Jackie?
Jackie Robinson?
Mm-hmm.
He was invited to one community meeting, that's when he was in spring training with the Brooklyn Dodgers. He was in not the major team, but the spring team from Montreal.
Mm.
And word got out that he was going to be the principal speaker. All the fellas on campus,
Mm-hmm.
they were going to community meeting that evening to see and hear Jackie Robinson. And that's where I saw Jackie Robinson. I shook his hand and all of that.
Mm-hmm.
And you fell in love with
His
baseball.
parrot-toed self.
He
Right. Then my roommate,
said he had parrot toes.
right. Then he went to the Paris Brooklyn Dodgers. My roommate, she had a battery radio. We used to listen to the Brooklyn Dodgers baseball team on my radio. We wanted to see what Jackie Robinson was going to do.
Mm.
He could go get on base. He could steal bases, score runs. That's how I know about baseball.
Mm.
I know what a single is, what a double is, and what a double play is, what a home run.
Mm.
I know sometimes if a runner's on first base, and that runner teammate is at the bat, and if he hit a ball, the runner on first base have to give up first base. He headed to second base, but the fellow that hit the ball got to make it to first base.
Mm-hmm.
And the amazing team, he could have caught that ball,
Mm-hmm.
and it would have been an out. And that runner that was on first base didn't have to try to make it to second base. He could just stay there.
He had to come
The
back.
batter was going to be out.
He had to come back to first base.
But the opposing team, instead of catching that ball, he want to make a mistake. Therefore, the runner that on first base, he got to go to second base. And the person that hit that ball, if he gets to first base, he'll be safe.
Mm-hmm.
That's where that rule came in, a pass ball. He did it intentionally. He could have caught that ball.
Mm-hmm.
And the fellow that hit the ball trying to get to first base would have been out.
What about stealing bases?
Stealing?
Yeah. Was Jackie good at stealing?
Right. If Jackie was on first base and he had a teammate there at the plate to hit the ball,
Mm-hmm.
Jackie Robinson was inch off of first base.
Mm-hmm.
He's studying that picture.
Mm-hmm.
And, Jackie Robinson, when he trying to throw that ball down to the base, to the catcher,
Mm-hmm.
Jackie Robinson would take off and slide into second base.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't that during that time when the integration or something? What was that? He had a rough time.
Well, you know, there was some racial teams. First black fellow playing.
Didn't he come from the
Some
Negro
team
Leagues?
Jackie Robinson was on. White people in the stand, they put a black cat out there to run across the field. A black cat. He came up through something.
Mm-hmm.
But Branch Rickey, the owner of the Dodgers, they knew and they talked to Jackie. Jackie knew he had to take some things because there was some racial white people that never played with a black player.
Mm-hmm. How did his teammates feel about
He
him?
took a lot of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
How did his teammates?
Well,
Yeah,
some of them,
treat him.
especially, I think the Dodgers second baseman Pee Wee Reese,
Mm.
they were always in his corner, protecting Jackie.
P.B. Reese.
See, and the team when traveling, if they came to Tampa to play a spring game, Jackie Robinson, if he's coming to town with the Brooklyn Dodgers, Jackie Robinson couldn't stay at the Florida Hotel like the white player,
Mm.
Brooklyn Dodgers white player, because they're on Florida Avenue.
So where did he have to stay? Where did he stay?
They got him a room at a prominent black person. The fellas, you know the fellas?
Uh-huh. Years ago.
Right, off of 29th Street, 26 and 29. They had a 2-story house. You know, they found they rented a room for him, for Jackie Robinson. He couldn't stay at the Florida Hotel with his team
Hmm.
because it was so racial.
Yeah.
Black people couldn't stay in the Florida Hotel.
And that Florida Hotel is still downtown.
Right. The only black people associated with Florida Hotel, they catch that Belmont Street car and get off and go on the side door and go in the rooms and clean them rooms.
Isn't that where Frank and Ernestine worked?
I think so. They
Yeah.
met.
Yeah, they
A
worked.
lot of black ladies worked at these hotels.
Yeah,
They go from room to room, pushing a cart, making up beds,
that was Ernestine and
and
Frank.
all of that. You didn't see no white people doing that. Black ladies did that.
But who's doing it now?
White people.
Uh-huh.
Job that black ladies used to do, white people are doing it now. Whether they're Mexican.
Mm-hmm. So that's your favorite sport.
Right.
And
Yeah, that was Jackie Robinson.
mhm. That's interesting.
And I used to follow the Brooklyn Dodgers on the radio. When we want to know Jackie Robinson coming to bat. Blah, blah, blah. Shoot. What did he do today?
That's interesting.
I remember Jackie Robinson's wife, her name was Rachel.
Mhm. You didn't have any children?
Right. His number was number 42.
Wow, you really love baseball.
Right. Because I followed it.
Did they have any children?
Who, Jackie Robinson?
Yeah.
Yes.
Maybe his children and maybe grands are still living.
I guess so.
Boy, he really went through something, didn't it, to play
Mhm.
baseball? He probably didn't make a whole lot of money either.
Right.
That's interesting.
And I remember the time he did a commercial. I think it's the coffee commercial. It was chock full of nuts. Or I think that was the name of it. Something. He was did a commercial for that company. Jackie Robinson.
Chuck full of nuts.
Chuck full of nuts.
What was that? It was.
It was the name of a coffee. Like we have Maxwell House.
Yeah.
It was a coffee stand called Chuck full of nuts. So, but he did commercial for that company.
Hmm. That's interesting. You can really think back way back, can't
Yeah, that's why I know football,
you? No, baseball.
baseball. I know what a double play is. I know what a triple is.
What's a grand slam?
You have your bases are full. You have a person on first. You have a person on second. You first have a person on third, and the person at the bat at the home plate is batting, and the pitcher sending that ball down to the catcher. That batter hit that ball out and outfield, and the way it goes, it's a home run. Then all three of them players that's on base will score. And the fellow that hit the ball, he's gonna score. That's 4 scores for this team.
Mm.
And that's it. Then you call that a what?
Grand slam.
Grand slam.
What about a foul ball?
Empty the bases. All three of those players that are on the base score, and then the fellow that hit the home run, he gonna trot around. First, trot around second, third, and then go on home, touch home plate.
And that's a grand slam.
That's a grand slam.
What about this play? Say your man is on second base, and your man, he's at bat, and he hits the ball, pop, and it goes way out the center field, way up in the air, almost gonna be a home run, and the dude catches it, dunk, he's out. And the dude on second base, what can he do?
If he's still on second base, and when that fellow on the outfield catches that ball, he gonna take off to beat the throw that fellow is gonna send to the infield. He's gonna go to third base.
So what? He had to try to throw him out on third base,
Right.
but can he run?
He has to stay on second base, and when that fellow on the outfield catch the ball,
Can he run before he catches it, or does he have to stay there?
so he got to, when he catch the ball, then he take off and run.
Wow.
Beat that throw in
Right. What do you call that?
to the infield.
What do you call that? Is that a name of something?
Well, he tag up and can make it to the third base.
Oh, it's called tag.
Right. But he couldn't take off and start running until that fella caught
Catch the
that
ball. Right. Wow.
Hmm.
You understand?
Well, if he started running
Before.
and then before the fella catch the ball, and see, you have what you call those fellas, coaches.
Mm-hmm.
He'll give you some kind of signal. No, go back and tag up.
Mm-hmm.
See,
So what happened if he leaves second base before the guy catches it? And if he catch it, what does he
fellow
do?
that catch him, you get that ball into the infield, he'll throw it into his shortstop, and then they throw it to second base and catch that fellow that was running.
he got
He's
to
out.
he got to get his butt back to second base.
Right.
Okay.
He's out.
You understand? He got caught in the middle, huh?
Right.
He got he caught it. Now you
That's
got
why
to
those teams, they have coaches.
tell him no.
They give hand signals.
Oh, come on.
Tell them where you have to stop or whether you can keep running.
Mm-hmm.
Or if you see where that outfield is not going to catch that ball,
Mm-hmm.
you wave his hand and tell that fellow on second base, come on to third base.
What about a bunt? What's a bunt?
That pitcher throws the ball to his catcher, and the fellow that's supposed to swing the bat,
Mm-hmm.
he'll hold that bat and kind of tap that ball.
And why would he do that?
He's going to tap it. It's not going in the outfield.
Right.
He might tap it so that ball will roll between that pitcher and that third baseman.
Oh, he tap it to the third base.
He'll let the ball hit the ground
Why would he do that?
because he can beat it to first base.
He got to be fast to do that, though.
I know it. But he knows where to bat that ball
Mm-hmm.
and how hard to hit that ball.
So they had the pitcher got it, and the third base got it.
Baseman,
They got to
he's
chase the
over
ball
there.
down.
He's not just standing on the third baseman.
He got to lead
That
third
team.
base.
If that fellow hit that ball and it goes out, it could go between that third baseman and the second baseman.
And they had to go. They had to run off the base and catch that ball
Right.
and try to throw him out on first, right?
Right.
Like the pitcher has to do that sometimes, don't he?
There was hope. If Jackie Robinson was on the ball,
Mm-hmm.
Jackie Robinson with his face, the faded foot,
Mm-hmm.
he can make it to first base.
You got to be fast to do that.
And if the pitcher runs over and try to get that ball off the ground, he might make a wild throw, throwing that ball to first base.
And missed the first baseman, huh?
Right.
What would happen if he missed the first baseman?
That runner, if he gets to first base, he's safe.
Yeah, if he overthrow the first baseman,
Right.
it is.
Pitcher could make an error.
And I was about to say, what do they call that? An error?
Right.
That's an error.
Pitcher could make a wild throw to that first baseman, and the ball would get past that first baseman. But the person is safe.
Mm-hmm. Would the man on first base take off the second base on an error?
On an error?
Yeah, if that first baseman missed that ball and that ball fly by him.
Right.
So
The
the
pitcher thrown to the first baseman, and the first baseman don't catch that ball, and that
ball
he
gone.
threw a wild pitch over there. Person on first base,
Take off.
take off the second.
Uh-huh.
But the person at bat, he's running the first base, he's safe.
But now, what if that fool on second base didn't run, and the man on first base takes off the second base, and his own player standing on second base? Now, what would have happened?
The batter is entitled to first base.
What if he get
You
caught?
on second base, you got to give up that first base and make it on the second base.
Now, what if the man on second base don't run, and the first baseman he runs to first base, and the wild pitch comes, and the ball is gone, and the first baseman now he want to run to second, but the man on second doesn't run. He's standing there, and the man who ran to first, he's caught in the middle now.
Try to get one of them out.
He caught in the middle now, ain't he?
Right.
He got to
One
get
that was already on second base. He should have gone to
third. So the man on first who took off, he got to get back to
One
first.
that was on first base, he's entitled to go to second base.
He got to get back to first base, huh? Before that dude comes and tags him out. Well, Jackie did all that, huh?
Yes, she didn't know.
Them coaches, huh? What about a foul ball? What's a foul ball?
Foul ball is, and the batter hit the ball and it goes up into the air out of the base line.
Mm-hmm.
That's a foul ball.
Can he run?
If one of the opposing players can go and catch that ball,
Mm-hmm.
that's an out.
Uh-huh. If you catch a foul ball, he falls into the dugout sometimes, don't he?
Right.
He try to dive to get to that ball.
Right.
Okay.
They try to catch those balls.
And they end up falling head over heels into the dugout or into the bleachers.
Mm-hmm.
What happened if someone hit the ball way up and the guy in center field trying to catch the ball and a fan reach out with his glove and catch the ball? What happens then?
That's an error.
A fan snatched the ball out there?
Right.
Yeah.
That pitcher in his team, they were charged for it.
Wow. But the fan caught the ball
Right.
and stole it from the dude in center field.
Right.
So
Fan interference.
what happens to the guy?
Fan.
What happens to the batter?
The batter would be safe.
So he can run to first base
Right.
and he's safe.
He's safe on account of that opposing team. One of their fans
Yeah.
snagged that ball.
They don't throw the fan out. They don't get the fan out of there, or they don't
Fan,
interference.
a fan interfering with that play.
Uh huh. Wow. What's a knuckleball?
It's a kind of a baseball that the pitcher can hold
Yeah.
and throw. We call it a knuckleball.
What does the ball do? Does the ball do something?
It's something.
Yeah.
Some players can't hit a knuckleball.
What does the ball do?
I don't know. What is it? They know how to make that ball turn over.
Yeah.
By the time they get to that batter.
Would it like start acting crazy?
Yeah, I guess so.
Because a curveball, that's easy because the ball's curving.
And if the batter throws
Fastball.
the ball to his second to the catcher, and it hit that batter,
Uh-huh. Ooh, then they fight.
that batter is awarded first base. He goes to first base.
Because he got hit.
He got hit.
Sometimes he goes to the pitcher's mound, doesn't he?
Well, he figured the pitcher is throwing at him.
Yeah.
He's trying to throw that ball down to his catcher
Hmm.
just to catch a little piece of that bat,
Uh-huh.
but it's too close to the batter,
And he hit him.
and he hit the batter.
And the batter take off and run to the pitcher's mound.
The batter was hit
And then he goes
by
to the...
that pitcher, and he's awarded first base.
How come sometimes he goes to the pitcher's mound?
He figured the pitcher was throwing at him
So why did he go to the pitcher's mound?
because he want to knock him out.
He take his bat with him too?
He figured that the pitcher intended to hit him.
Uh-huh. Does he take the bat with him or he leave the bat?
You have that bat, and he started walking towards that pitcher, but
Yeah.
he'll throw that bat down and then take off.
Yeah,
And they start fighting up there. He and that pitcher.
uh-huh. If you take the bat, he might go to jail, huh?
But he don't take the bat all the way there.
Yeah, he mess around and go to
He
jail.
got that bat in his hand, and he'll take off like he want to take it with him, but he'll throw that bat down on the ground and keep walking toward that pitcher.
They might get him for attempted murder if you take
Right.
that bat. You walking up to a man with a baseball bat.
And they start wrestling with one another.
Mm.
Players sometimes from the dugouts come in and separate them.
What if the batter, he strike one, he swings, strike one, pitch, strike two, and then the next pitch, he hits the ball and it goes foul. Is he out? He has two strikes and he hits a foul ball.
It's a foul.
How many foul balls can you hit before you're out?
Well, when you hit a ball, and it's not a strike,
Hmm.
that's a foul.
So how many foul balls can you get?
You hit 3.
Oh, 3 foul balls?
I think it's 3 or 4.
So you can't just keep hitting foul and foul and foul forever.
As long as you hit it and it's a foul ball,
Mm-hmm.
and that catcher don't catch that ball, you still got a chance at it. He throw that ball back to the pitcher, and he tried to get that other out on you.
Mm-hmm. You learned something, Mom?
But if you swing at it and you tip that ball, and that catcher catch that ball,
Uh-huh.
that's an out for him.
Oh,
It's
so
an
the
out.
so he can tip the ball, he pops it up in the air and the catcher catches it.
Uh-huh.
So that's
first strike on it.
that's an out.
You out.
So
Take
you
it back and sit down on the bench.
so you supposed to hit the ball in the outfield and you hit the ball backwards and the catcher catch it. You're out.
Right.
What if the umpire catches it?
The umpire not gonna catch it.
Why not? He's standing behind the catcher.
Shoot.
He got that big old black thing on.
Yeah, he had that mat in front of him too.
Why he wear that mat?
Pitcher throwing the ball down there,
Uh-huh.
and that batter swinging the ball, and he don't hit that ball.
Mm-hmm.
You know where that bat the umpire is?
Behind the catcher?
Standing right there. That's why he had that mat on.
He's standing right behind the catcher, right?
Right.
He calls the outs, right? Safe, out.
He's looking to see if that ball, when it comes from the pitcher,
Mm-hmm.
it comes across that plate that's on the ground.
Mm-hmm. He has some good eyes, don't he?
Right. From that ball, it comes down. It might might catch that, come across that plate a little before it's out.
Mm-hmm.
It comes straight down the middle,
Mm-hmm.
or either too close to this plate.
Mm-hmm.
That umpire knows.
He knows. He has some good eyes.
That's strike one.
Amazing. He
Whether
can see
you
everything.
swing at it or not, that's one strike on you.
He know. He keeps up with all that, don't he?
Yeah, the umpire keeps all that.
Do you know what are the hand signals for all that stuff?
Hand signal.
Yeah, it's a strike and foul ball and safe and
Right.
what?
You hear that umpire?
Mm-hmm.
That's a strike one.
Uh-huh. Does he say strike? Does he say strike?
You said
That's what he
you
says.
know it, and the batter will know it.
Mm-hmm.
The pitcher will know it.
Why? The man is at bat, and his teammate is up next, and sometimes his teammate is standing next to him swinging a bat. What's that about? Like he gets two bats and he's like swinging. Like he's outside the dugout, but he's not at the plate.
He's in the batter's box.
Uh-huh.
He's not sitting on the bench. There's a place where that next batter can stay.
Yeah.
You know that he's going to be next at the bat.
Uh-huh.
That's in the batter's box.
And he just warming up or something?
Right. You might have two bats and just swinging them around, loosening up.
So what if he get hit with the ball? Like the foul ball? Say the foul ball, he hit the foul ball and the ball goes up, and the catcher is running over trying to catch the foul ball, and he runs into that dude in the batter's
That
box.
person that's in the batter's box, he's got to get out of the way.
But what if he can't?
Don't be interfering with that ball.
But what if he can't get out the way, and the catcher run right into him? Bam! What would happen then? Oh,
Well, right. They figured he could have gotten out of the way, but he's standing right there
yeah.
for him to miss that ball.
He might be a dummy. He might be looking up in the
Right.
air, looking at the ball in the air, and it's coming right down on him. And here come the catcher.
Well, he know to get out of the way.
He might not understand English. They say, get out the way. He might be from Puerto Rico. So Jackie Robinson did all that, huh?
Oh yes.
Yeah, what was Jackie Robinson good at?
He's the stolen bases.
Mm-hmm.
He's a fast runner.
Has anybody ever stolen home
Yes.
from third?
Yes.
Who in the world steals home?
The person's on third base, and the pitcher there.
Yeah.
You know, he got to line up to throw to his catcher.
Yeah.
The person on third base is studying that pitcher.
Yeah.
And then the pitcher getting ready to throw to his catcher.
Mm-hmm.
And that might be a strike. Then the catcher throw the ball back to the pitcher.
Mm-hmm.
The pitcher, you get the ball again. He might peep over there at the person on third base.
Mm-hmm.
The person on third base, he's not standing directly on that third base.
Mm-hmm.
He's inching towards home plate.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to take 1, 2, or 3 steps.
Uh-huh.
Then the pitcher, instead of throwing to the catcher, he might throw it to third base.
Mm-hmm. Uh-huh.
The person, he make it back to third base. 'Cause
Right.
He was just 1, 2, 3 steps away.
Right. He slide, right?
He Sometimes you don't have to slide.
Mm-hmm.
He's studying that picture.
Uh-huh. But how does he get to home? And the pitcher,
Alright,
the pitcher got the ball right
first base
there.
Get that ball back and you throw it on the infield to the pitcher. Then the pitcher, he get the ball
Mm-hmm.
and he look over the people on the third base to see if that fellow is inching off of third base again, trying to get home.
Mm-hmm.
And if the fellow is not, the fellow he's inching, he take a little short step and go a
Mm-hmm.
little further. And, when you gonna throw that ball down to the catcher,
Mm-hmm.
that fellow on third base,
Mm-hmm.
take off for the home plate along with the pitch.
How,
Once he get down there, he'll slide.
how he beat the baseball? The baseball moving 80 miles an hour. He can't run it.
Sure.
He can't run faster than the ball. He can't run. If he run 80 miles an hour, he need to be on the Olympic track team.
That pitcher throw that ball to the catcher,
Uh-huh.
and then that fellow that's taking off from third base,
Mm-hmm.
if he get down there close enough and slide,
Uh-huh.
and his foot hit that home plate,
Yeah. That got to be a sorry catcher.
he's safe.
How'd the
Runner
catcher
is safe.
catch the ball? Boom! All they gotta do is stand in the way.
The catcher will catch that ball and try to tag that fella coming running from third base before that fella running to home plate touch that home plate.
Now, what about he's running towards home, and sometimes I don't see him slide. I see him run over the catcher, boom, and knock him over. What's that?
Right.
What happens then?
They run into the catcher.
Yeah, you knock him over, bam.
Right. The catcher don't catch that ball,
Yeah,
and that fella that's running hit that home plate.
yeah.
He's safe.
But he ran over the catcher. With
Right.
the catcher has the ball in his hand,
Right.
and he bam, he
Right.
slams right into him.
Catcher will catch that ball. Then the runner, if he can slide on the ground and his foot
Mhm.
or hand touch that home plate
Yeah,
before that catcher can
touch him.
tag him.
So he got the ball.
Safe.
He got the ball in his hand, and he get knocked over, and he touches the plate. Boom, he's safe
Right.
because the catcher has to touch him with the ball.
Right.
Oh, okay. What happened if the guy he's caught between second and third base, and the ball is in play, and he trying to steal, and now the second base and the third baseman throwing the ball back and forth, trying to tag the dude who's caught running back and forth. But if they can't touch him, what if they throw the ball and it hit the dude in his back? If they throw the ball and hit him in the back, is he out?
No.
They have to tag him. They can't throw him out, huh?
Right.
They can't hit him. They can't beat him in his back.
At the base,
Mhm.
first base, or the second base.
So they have to actually physically touch him with the ball. They can't beam.
Right.
They can't beat him in the head.
Right.
They can't hit him in his butt with the ball.
Can't catch that ball and then hit the batter.
Why?
Let you do Sam Lockwood, don't know.
Why not? It's a ball. If the ball touch him, he should be out. Though, bam! Just throw it at the dude to hit him. That's assault and battery. Ain't it? Somebody go to jail for that. That's like butts up. Tag, you're it. So Jackie, he was best known for what? Stealing bases, huh?
Right.
Yeah. Wow.
Fast runner, he steal a base.
Wow.
Pitchers, they have to watch him when he's on base.
Yeah, he's sneaky, huh? So in order to steal from third to home, the pitcher has to throw to third base, and the third baseman has to throw to home.
The pitcher have to keep his eye on that third baseman that's trying to steal home.
What do you call?
Also keep his eye on the batter that he got to throw to his catcher.
So he looking at the batter and looking at this
Right.
dude, looking at the
Right.
batter and looking at that dude.
He got one eye on that third baseman that's inching
Now
Jackie Robinson. He's
he
studying the pitcher. Pitcher got the ball. Jackie Robinson, he will take a
take a step.
step there, and that pitcher watching.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
You might look around at him, and
Mhm.
especially if it's a left-handed pitcher.
Right. If a left-handed pitcher, his back is towards him. His back is to him.
And he got that ball, he got the glove, and he got this ball in his hand.
What about a right-handed pitcher? He's facing him now.
Right.
He's looking right at him.
All he's doing, he's looking.
He's looking right at him.
Right.
What he's doing?
And Jackie, he was trying to get that pitcher to throw that ball to the third base.
Uh-huh.
See, that third baseman over here on that team, he's not standing right there at the base.
Right.
Because the person who hit the ball, it might hit on the ground and go between that third baseman out and outfield on the ground.
Uh-huh.
See,
Mm-hmm. Now what if he's trying to steal third base and he's inching off the base and the pitcher throws the pitch to the batter and the batter bunts the ball. Boom! And the batter bunts the ball and it goes right where third base is and the pitcher and the third baseman and Jackie, all of them standing right there.
you see that third baseman, he's not right there on that third base.
Mm-hmm.
He's so many feet behind that third base.
And the ball,
That batter hit that ball on the ground.
yeah, it's rolling right by Jackie.
Go and get that ball.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes he can get that ball and try to throw it to the catcher at home plate.
Right. And
The batter on third base is running towards home plate.
home plate. And the batter, he's gone to first base. The
Right.
batter that took off that way.
Right. Instead of Jackie Robinson, as he's running fast enough, he'll slide on the ground with his foot to touch that home plate.
Mm-hmm. And then here come the ball.
Catcher might catch the ball, and he's too late.
And the man on first,
Jackie is safe.
he's safe, and the man on first is
Because
safe.
he touched that home plate before the catcher can touch him.
And the man on first is safe.
Right.
What if the man on first, he think he's so fast, he gonna keep running to second base?
So he can't keep running.
What if he try?
So that ball to go to the catcher, and the catcher can't get the fella coming from third base.
Mm-hmm.
He'll sling that ball out to a second baseman.
So what does the pitcher do? Because he's throwing right at the pitcher. The pitcher's standing in between home plate and second base.
Because that ball is going past that pitcher to the second baseman.
Yeah, it's the ball coming right at him.
One of them, the
He got to get on the ground.
second baseman or the shortstop.
Mm-hmm. And what would happen if the pitcher get hit? But the catcher throw the ball,
Made an error.
and
And the runner would be
Be
safe.
safe on
wherever
second.
He's running toward.
now you got an injured pitcher. That's a mess, ain't it?
Not going injured.
That's a big mess, ain't it?
Sometimes a batter will hit a ball so hard
Mm-hmm.
and it will hit the pitcher.
Yeah. Bam. Sometimes the pitcher will catch the ball.
Was kind of injured or something.
They had to come and get him, huh?
Right.
Can you
The umpire will call timeout.
Mm-hmm.
Then they go and tend to the pitcher.
Ooh.
If they got to change pitcher,
Sub him out.
take that pitcher out, and they send
Bring in
another pitcher in from the field.
from
Play.
the dugout. Oh, what happened if what do you call that when somebody's at bat and he swings his wooden bat and the bat split? It's split wide open, and they find something on the inside of the bat like cork or something. What is that about?
Well,
Instead of all wood, what's cork about?
I think they would fine them or something.
Yeah, why is cork so bad?
Big fine or something coming.
Why is cork so bad? Why you can't put cork
You shouldn't do things like that to a bat, to the bat.
bad? Would it make the ball go farther?
Right.
Wow. What about what they call it when the pitcher he does something with the ball? He got this rosin bag or something. He does something to the ball, and they get the pitcher out the game and fine him for cheating.
Yeah.
What is that all about? He's trying to scratch the ball up or do something to the ball.
Well, it's something he has on his mitt.
Mm-hmm.
Something they call rosin.
Uh-huh.
And,
What does that do to the ball though?
well, it has something to do with the pitch
Mm.
ball.
Mm-hmm. Hmm.
A rosin bag.
So it makes it go faster or something? Or
It's something that's
It can-
illegal about that.
make the ball do funny things?
Because on the pitcher's mound there is a rosin bag that's on the ground someplace.
Mm.
That the pitcher, he can pick it up and then throw it back down.
Oh, okay.
There's something on that pitcher's glove
Mm.
that he has rubbed on his
Yeah.
that glove that the pitcher got on that other hand.
Oh, okay.
That's illegal.
But they can so it's illegal for the pitcher to do it, but
Right.
it's legal for somebody else to do it. That sounds crazy. Wow.
Yeah.
You learn anything?
Yeah. No. Yeah. I did.
All right.
Baseball.
And this concludes the story of Jackie Robinson. We out.